happy summer solstice. It's Colleen, conscious well-being, and I hope you're well today. We're going to start with a nice summary practice. So what I'm going to introduce is alternate nostril breathing, but with Sitali, which is a really nice cooling breath that is really wonderful to do for heat, for thirst, and when you're feeling stressed. So when isn't that an issue? Okay, so we'll come down, we'll find a comfortable seated position. You can just breathe really easily. You feel stable, you feel grounded in your seat, in your legs. Just take a moment to cultivate some silence, stillness, consciously breathing in and out. Start of the inhale all the way to the end of the exhale. It's one unbroken stream of awareness. Go a little deeper at a tiny exhale. Feel a little bit more of an anchor in your low belly, pulling you down, holding you there. And breathe in for length, for space, for expansion through the chest. Every thought, every sensation, every emotion, every impulse, every single degree of perception arises and dissolves back into that reservoir of stillness and silence. Even in the midst of extreme agitation or activity, there is always that center that holds everything. The more and more you allow yourself to feel that and to drop into that, easier it will be to bring it back when you need it in the midst of agitation or stress, in the middle of an argument. It's right there. Let's gather the palms in the center of the chest. Let's exhale together, draw down and deep. And we'll inhale for Om, invoking unity and connection. Om. Stay here for a moment. Center yourself here in the heart. Gathering all the parts of you into the whole, into the source. Take one more inhale, feel that expansion. Send out to all beings. And exhale, draw into yourself. Just up a little bow. And we'll start with that deep breath. So we'll use the alternate nostril and we'll use the right hand. Of course, if you're left-handed, use your left hand. So we'll curl the index finger and the middle finger into the fleshy part of the thumb. We'll use the ring finger and the thumb to connect to the outer nostrils. So the right thumb will be to the side of the right nostril and the ring finger to the side of the left nostril. Of course, reverse this if you're left-handed. And we'll start with the breath out. And then we'll inhale with the Sitali. So you curl your tongue like a straw and breathe in. Drop the tongue back at the top of the inhale and pinch the right nostril and exhale out the left. Absolutely no strain. And again. This time block off the left, exhale right. Inhale. Left right, exhale left. It's smooth and no strain whatsoever. And again, inhale. Exhale on the right. And empty. Maybe even there's a pause. So come back out, hold. And again. And exhale left. One more on each side. Exhale right. One. Left. Hands. For a moment, use the tissue if you need to blow your nose. I'm not using any props today, but of course you can always have your blocks or whatever you use for blocks. And of course any padding if you might need it for your knees. Okay, so we're going to start practice just on hands and knees. And let's have wide knees, wide palms, almost right to the edge of your mat. When you tuck the toes or not, just go back and forth. And from that stable base, we're just going to bring a little bit of fluidity and suppleness into the hips. And really nice, deep, big circle to the left and then to the right. And you can get the shoulders involved, whatever feels good. And start bringing the hips down, opening up the front of the hip flexors. And back. The toes are tucked. You can start to pick up the knees a little bit as you press back and pressurize your toes, opening up the posture. Kind of swivel or wiggle around. And then find a neutral spine. We'll extend the right leg. And the left arm goes up. Stabilize through the trunk. Just bring your attention to any feeling of kind of hanging from your joints, your shoulders, and your hips. And just pull up through the belly. Maintain that really nice, solid corset, using all the layers of your abdominal muscles. And stay for 3. Really exaggerate the exhales. Stay for 2. And 1. And we'll keep the leg up, open out. So it's like a short Ardha Chandrasana. We'll come on to the right fingertips. Just kind of really take that nice stretch from the left forward to the outer right hip. So maybe the arm goes up. With the left palm and engage the left shoulder against the back. Move the arm overhead, get longer. And come down, press into the right palm now. Square the hips, keep the right leg up. We'll take this into reverse twist. It pulls back, open up. Maybe squeeze, use the hamstring muscle. If you can reach back. And grab the foot and lift the thigh up a little bit. Keep that right shoulder engaged. Use the hold to open the chest a little bit more. Good, and come down. Let's just go through a cat-cow, clean it out. And we'll go to the other side, left leg lifts, right arm. Good, keep establishing that really nice brace against the spine, creating a feeling of solidity, unifying the trunk against the spine, back to front, front to back. And then stay for another 4. Breathe out. 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. And 1. Good. And we're just gonna bring the right palm down, open up the hip. Left hip this time. And stretch across the front of that left hip. And create a little bit more broadness from the right inner groin, and maybe your left arm overhead. Engage the right shoulder. Reach long. You're reaching in both directions even. And then come down, square off the back hip. And we'll just go into the twist. Engage that hamstring muscle, pull the heel in, thigh up. Maybe reach, maybe you can grab. Modify however you need to. It's your practice. 100% your practice. Always remember that. Always keep the body moving with the breath. The two are always compatible. Lift a little higher. Use the hold to turn. And release. And press the hips back. Goes. And wiggle around a little. Take one nice deep breath into the back waist. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Feel those hips get heavier. And then come forward. Take a dive with your chest and lean it forward. Pull it forward. Press back to the tops of the feet. And we'll push back to child's pose as you exhale. Inhale, let's take that dive again. Let's go long in your cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. One more time, just making beads, breath. And maybe just reverse back into that kind of slinky, slithery movement. And press back. Rock a little side to side. Even things out a little bit. Inhale, exhale, pull in towards your source. All the distant parts. Bring them all in. There's one unified whole. Let's come forward. Bring the weight forward into your palms and start to pick up the knees as you bring the hips up and back this time. You can stay really bent here. This first down dog, a little bit of a softer dog pose. Let the tailbone begin to open up the backs of the legs. Maybe just stretch the left heel down. Then the left knee, stretch the right heel down. Bend the heels. Feel where you are in the back body. It might be early for you. You might be really stiff and tight. Just take your time. Keep your knees bent as much as you need to during the practice. And then come up high on the toes. Keep the heels lifted and press your outer hips back. Drop the head. Breathe in, swallow the ribs. Exhale. Good. Lengthen a little bit more. Maybe bring those heels back and down. And let's walk up to the hands. Inhale, a halfway lift. You can slide the palms up or use blocks. And again, swallow the ribs in. Lift the belly, that nice tone. And exhale and come forward. Over your feet, drop the head down. Lift the tailbone up, slightly forward into the toes. Back into the heels. Back and forth like that. Maybe a little side to side. Yeah, these could be bent. Let's take our time coming up to stand. Inhaling here. And exhale. Gather in towards your heart. Take a moment just to reset, refresh. Just let the sensations rise up. And let them dissolve, pass in their own time. Draw the tailbone down, feel that firm resist in the low belly, and anchor. Begin to rise up. Draw up, pull up with a strong fist here and let yourself pull off your heels from your belly. Go ahead and engage your outer body. Lower the arms and keep growing taller out of the crown of your head. And then reverse that. Let the arms reach up and lower the heels. Nice and slow if you can. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, take a fold over your legs. Take a little stir in now. Let's step the right foot back. Good. Bring the toes, inhale here. And exhale, plant your palms. Step the left back. Plant your plank pose, push from your shoulders. And just really allow yourself to feel the sensation of this pose. without the crowding of the thoughts around this pose. We react more to the thoughts we have about objects in our awareness more than the objects or sensations themselves. And then come forward, lower the knees. If you need to, come down into chaturanga. Inhale, pull long into that cobra. Breathe in out. And exhale, press up and back, downward dog. Let it go longer each time. Pull out your side waist, back waist. Breathe into the back of your lungs. Now let go of your head. Forward, step the right foot forward. Just forward. And step to the top of your mat. And lift and fold as you exhale, folding out your breath. Raise up. One strong fist. Lift you off your heels. Lower the arms, keep growing taller. Stay stable, find that support. Jaws back. And then arms reach up as you lower the heels down. Lift up, look up. Lift up behind the chest and full tight. Take a step back, inhale. And exhale. It's time you see the arms a little bit. Point the back toes. Go deep on your inhales. Let yourself fill and lift your organs with that breath. Settle and melt into the lunge a little bit on the exhale. One more inhale. And plant the palms, step the right foot back. Find your plank pose. No longer, again, finding areas where you tend to find slackness or sagging in the body. And how can you counteract that? Where can you push from? Where can you lift from? Go longer as you come down. Maybe the knees come down first. Maybe we pull into an upward dog on this one. Stay low and cobra if you prefer. Good. If you're in up dog, really use the palms to lift the center eye of your heart. Exhale. Hips up and back. Look forward. Step the left foot forward. And move the hips. Lift, feel the organs lift. Settle as you breathe out. Use the inhale to transition. Stepping the right foot up. Inhale, go for a halfway lift. And exhale, take your deeper fold. Feel for the backs of legs. Wiggle around, shuffle around a little bit, making a little bit more space in the joint. Good, use a strong fist. Pull up, off. The arms can keep growing taller. And then arms float up, heels float down. Reach up. Get longer. Deepen the back bend from behind your heart. Exhale, fold your breath. Right leg lifts and steps back. Lower the knee down, point the foot. Rise up. Energize the arms. Exhale, soften the shoulders down. Keep enlivening the arms. building this back bend. Lift out of the low back, bring the back bend higher. Press the palms, step the left foot back, plank pose. Try wonky plank this time, loading the left leg up and back, really strengthening the right leg. And maybe the right arm floats. Also, you can also go back to hands and knees to do this if you need to modify. And lower down. Other side. Let yourself woggle and wiggle, not a problem. Testing your balance and your strength. And lower down. Stay long as you lower. Upward dog or cobra. Pull your chest up. And pull the hips back. Downward dog. Breathe in and out. Big step forward. Inhale up. And exhale, sink, melt. And use the front foot, use the tension between the feet to hold you stable in this lunge. And that's going to free the spine. A lot of times when you're not sure on your foundation's wobbly, nothing's going to happen in the spine. The spine's going to look for support. If it doesn't have it, it's going to falter. Step from behind the chest, behind the collarbones. And press the palms. We're going to step the back foot up. Halfway lift, go long. And exhale. Rise up. And we're going to come right back down. We're going to take a big step back with the left foot. And this time, I'm going to lean into the left palm and just walk your right foot out to the side, toes pointed to that side. And stay on the back knee for this Vashisthasana with what I call a kickstand leg. Arcing up through the right side body. And then you could charge that leg and lower onto the outer pinky edge of that back foot. And you're going to feel the hips a little bit differently. Lower down, you're going to feel the stretch in the side body. So side body opening is really good for heat this summertime. Good. Just kind of let yourself hang from that left shoulder a little bit. You're really going to pull out a lot of length. You're going to feel a good stretch here on the left side of your abdomen. The lower left waist. Draw lift up. Drift those fingers forward. Come on to the back toes and press the right hand to bring the right foot back. Follow through with your plank. Lowering down, you can just take a cat-cow if you like, or go through your up dog cobra. It's up to you. I just personalize it. Downward dog. When you're ready, step the left foot forward. And you're going to turn the toes out to that side. And again, keep the back leg charged so you roll onto the outer back foot. Pinky edge, or you can just keep the knee down a little bit of softer pose. Reach up, open up the left side waist. Left side waist is on top now. And then come down, follow through, and just hang from that right shoulder. Let it stretch. Feel all the way down into the outer right hip too. And you can move around a little bit. And then use the power of the left foot, the right palm, and that bottom leg to lift you up. Just drip the spine forward out of the hips. And press the palm and bring the legs back. Step the feet a little wider. And you can have a shorter distance between the hands and the feet. So you can walk the feet up a little bit. We'll just do a little drill to kind of complete our warm-up, and then go reach for the outer left ankle or heel and turn, look under that left arm and press it back. We'll do the opposite. Under the right arm, really turn your spine back. And we're going to step that right foot out to the left palm. Bend deeply into that knee and step it back. And now we're going to do the left to the right palm. Bend deeply and step it back. We're just going to use this little drill, kind of crisscrossing ourselves. The left palm, we just look under and twist your spine. And back and reach and twist the right hand. And back and step the left foot and back and right foot and back. So you can keep that pretty slow, or you can go a little faster. So we'll do this for about, I don't know, a few breaths. I'm not going to time it really. So let's go and twist, twist, and step. And twist, and twist, step, and step, and twist, twist, step, step. One more, we'll go. Twist, twist, step, step. And just press it back. Move around a little bit, kind of circle through. Yeah. Walk your hands a little forward. Breathe in and out. And then maybe if you're into an inversion, fill out your practice. Of course, you don't have to do this. Lowering down. Take your time. Back, open the shoulders. And then go again. Opposite leg this time. Just lift it simply. Bring your weight forward and back a little bit. Up onto the knees. In child's pose, you can bring the arms alongside just to let the shoulders release. Breathe nice and deeply into the back waist. Palms flat, hips up and back. Take your dog pose. So I hope everyone's warm. And let's take a hopper step. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold out your breath. Get a little deeper over your legs if you can. Wrap the arms back and cross the wrists. So the palms are in front of the shins. Push against the shins, push the shins into the hands. Open up, yawn, open those hip bones. Give them a little wider, a little bit more lifted. And come up. Take a moment just to recover. Fix your clothes, fix your hair, whatever. Let's take a moment. Have your breath return to normal. If it's a little agitated, it's a little bit out of pace. Just let it settle back down. Feel the weight of the tailbone draw. Draw yourself down. A nice tone in the abdomen. Maybe keep soft everywhere else. Settle in, feel the source. Bring yourself back. And let's inhale. And exhale, sit the hips down and back. Fingertips to the floor. See if you can stay this low in your chair squat. Bring your weight back into the heels. And rise. Energy from the heart out the arms, out through the fingertips. One more inhale. And exhale, fold. Keep the left foot down. We'll take a little lift with the right leg. Set yourself up for a half moon. So we did this on our hands and knees earlier in our beginning sequence. So it's the full standing pose now. And make sure that that left hand is underneath the shoulder. So you feel solid. Inner left foot active. And then send the energy out through the limbs, out the spine. One more inhale and exhale. Right palm, the fingertips come down. Again, you can use a block. Take a big step back, land on the right toes, go right into a lunge twist here. Good, release the neck. And then anchor through the back heel. Come up and find your warrior pose. You might need to readjust your feet. Get low and get wide. Even out the energy through the arms and the fingertips. Soft through the shoulders. Then melt down the back. That's going to lift the heart. I'm going to straighten. Turn the toes of the back foot out. Come onto the left heel and we'll go into Svanasana. Inhale and exhale. Stay as low or as high as is comfortable for you. And then we're going to do that Svanasana with the kickstand, the right foot. You'll toe that a little bit further down from your right hand. And again, knee down or lifted. Right arm up. Work that left shoulder blade. And you can just hold your right big toe with your fingers, keeping the back leg lifted. What you can do is with the back knee down. I'll demonstrate now. And then just lift the foot up. Take a nice firm step forward. And step the back foot up. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale and fold. And rise up. Go right into a warrior three, standing, right leg goes back. Maybe the arms reach forward. Maybe you have to bend deeply into that left leg. And then draw up. Right knee. Exhale. And let the arms swing back. That right leg really actively using that right hip flexor. And then step the feet together. And exhale. Set the breath. Reconfigure. Recover. Up. And exhale, go long over your legs. Then keep the right foot forward. We'll go into that Ardha Chandrasana. We'll work our way back around. Keep the right inner foot really active. Let's start peeling off the floor. And then we're going to go into that simple twist. Left hand comes down, go way back on the left toes. Back heel stays lifted. And we'll take that twist. Set the right hip back slightly. Gonna bring a little bit more length into the neck. And then anchor the back heel. Come right up into your warrior two. You don't need to adjust. Get lower, get wider. Settle into it. And the softness that's right there. The stillness, right in the center, right at the source. Inhale. And go back. The front of the mat now, back to the Skandasana. As deep as what's comfortable for your range of motion. Then we're going to turn that left foot's going to work its way a little bit further down. Your right shoulder against the back. And stay supported. Again, that back knee could be down. Otherwise, keep it really charged up. Lifting from there. And then maybe take a hold around the left big toes. Step it up. Step the back foot up. Inhale. Exhale, go long. Left leg goes back, find that warrior three. And this could be a low warrior three, so you can keep this right knee really bent. Inhale, come up, draw that left leg in. Just use your core. Use the exhale. Draw it in even more. And step it down. Inhale, let's rise up. And we'll add on exhale. The right leg goes up and back. Ardha Chandrasana here. The right leg lifted, square off the hip. We did this, right, on the knees. Now we're doing it with a straight left leg. Again, the left leg could be slightly bent if you need that support. It really kick out. Use those adductors, those inner thighs. Long. And maybe the same thing that we did in that tiger pose. We do it from this standing Parvita, Ardha Chandrasana. And then we're going to go way back. Think of the back foot. We'll go into any version of extended side angle now. So again, the top leg you can use as a little step, little bench for your arm, or you can come down the leg, reach the right arm up and over your ear, maybe the gaze is up, maybe forward or down. It feels good. Doing again in summer officially, so we're opening the side body. I'm going to get into it. And pull yourself up. Use those right fingers. We'll go into our Spontaneity towards the back. Right hand down behind you, and we're just going to skate this right foot off to the side and find our fallen triangle. Feels so good. Work that right shoulder. And this was our warm up, right? Bending deeply, stepping those feet to either side, creating that X. All right, we can do a little bit of an arm balance here. You like the trestle. Really need the strength of that back leg. Good. And then we're just going to turn and go to the other side. So this can be back to the kickstand variety of Vashisthasana, but it can also be just a hold and a lift, or any variation you want. Gonna lower it down, step the foot down. The toe is lifted and pull with your right hand. Anasana. Bending the back knee. And then keep a hold of that big toe. Step the left foot up. Use your belly. Keep the firm chest in that left foot and drive the right leg up. Wait, every exhale. And then take a hold, maybe on the outer foot. You can keep the right leg bent as you need it. Take the twist. Grow taller and firmer. And maybe hold that front foot with both hands. Good. Belly to spine as you come forward. Then bend the knee, step down, woof. Inhale, rise up. And just hold out your breath. Exhale. And wiggle around a little bit. And then the right foot stays down. We'll work this way back around our Chandrasana to begin. Make the movement and the breath, the activity in the body compatible with the breath. Lower down. We're just going to create that twist. Wrap the left side waist to the right. Let's start to use that hamstring. Maybe you can reach and hold. Make the thigh go a little deeper. And then release. Way back step. Anchor the back heel. Come into your version of extended side angle. Get broader between the hips. Really pulling out that whole left side there. Deep Triple diagonal line that you're all creating. Keep the neck long. And then use the left fingertips to come up. We'll go back to the front of the mat. That's Tadasana. Then use the left palm. Bring it a little bit further back. And just slide out on the left foot. Falling triangle. Use the legs. And bring the breath into it. Go right into the other side, turning into your whatever variation you want to take of Vashisthasana. Take a big step forward. Turn out the back toes to the other side, the other way, and come into the triangle pose with that little toe pull. Maybe bending the back leg. And then lower it down, knock yourself forward. Step into the right foot. Belly to spine to pick up. Find your twist. Taller. Then find that hold. Press the ankles. Belly to spine. Forward. And lead. Step it down. Whew. Take a moment. Set and refresh. Close the eyes. Let the arms dangle. Feel, gather into that tone. The lower belly active. Maybe everything else can be a little soft in the joints. Just letting go of any necessary tension, any gripping. Getting a little softer on your joints. Let's circulation move, rebalance itself through the body. And then there's just a little bit more feeling of ease and enjoyment. It's summer. So that's what we're all going for, right? We all look for that time when we can just be a little bit freer with ourselves. And exhale. And we'll come all the way down. Press into the palms now. Step back. Find a plank pose. Grow longer in your plank. Creep onto the back tippy toes and lower yourself all the way down. Round into the hips. Keep the arms alongside. Lengthen strongly through the toes. Lift the kneecaps. And start to lift the legs up. Shavasana. Soften the shoulder blades down with that. Lengthen the back of the neck. And just as if someone's pulling your big toes, lengthen the legs back. Keep that. Just bring the palms forward. Grip with the fingertips to lift and pull the center eye of the chest forward. In and out through the nose. Release the arms forward. Pinky fingers together, working the shoulders. One more inhale and exhale. And come down. Just completely release to the floor. Let your body be super heavy now. And we'll do a little bit of a variation of bow pose. So it's like a combination of bow with BKS, half BKS. I'm going to bend the right foot and draw the toes forward. Use the press of the left forearm to lift your chest. You can keep this, or you can go a little bit further by working the left arm to the right, blowing onto the back of the left shoulder. Then grab the hold of the right foot. Then the left leg, and then use the right arm to take a hold of the left leg, ankle or foot, and work bow position. Pull back against your hold. The fun pose. Really good twist, really deep. And slowly come out of it. Please use your right palm to press and lift and bring yourself back. On your forearms, we'll do the other side. Back Vipassana with the left foot. And anchor through the pelvis, the hips. You can stay here, or just take that right arm over to the left. You draw it out so you can roll to the back of that right shoulder. Take a hold of the left leg. Put your right hand out. You can hold on the inside or the outside of the back, ankle or foot. And really go into that twist. It's a good one. And come down. Oh, take a moment. Just a nice gentle sphinx. Breathe in and out through the belly. Feel the belly on the inhale and feel the pressure against the ground. Let it subside on the exhale. One more like that. Okay, and then we're going to come onto the back. So you can get onto the back any way you like. You can come into dog pose and jump up or through your hands. Okay, and then walk yourself back. Rearrange your clothing. Always good. And draw yourself down. Have your knees in. Tight. Let's roll a little just to massage the spine. In and out through the nose. Good. And the legs up just for a simple, just more relaxed inversion if you like. You can always put a block underneath or bring the arms up and take them back overhead and bring yourself into plow. And then maybe legs up. Just going to show a softer version of shoulder stand where I create a little bit of a shelf with kind of cupping my hands around the top of the back pelvis. So it's just really around the rim of my pelvis. And then I could just angle a little bit from the joints. Just let things soften. They're still getting the benefits of an inversion. It's just softer. Enhancing the circulatory system, kind of an all-around nerve tonic for the body. And then we can keep that hold and drop down slowly, or maybe one at a time. And we'll walk the heels in, angle the heels in, toes out. And then start to hold on to the insteps as you pull onto your heels. Come into toe couch pose. Oh, this is a favorite back bend of mine. And then hold opposite elbows once you kind of slide to the top of your head. And this is really good for the feet, but it could feel like torture, you know, to some. So take your time. This might not be for everybody. And again, breathe more into the upper spine. Create the balance through your back bend by not feeding it all down into the lumbar spine, but lifting it into the upper spine, behind the shoulder blades, behind the heart muscle. And then you can bring the fingertips to the floor. And you can push yourself up into full back bend if you like. You can go into bridge pose or stay in couch pose. Opening up a little bit more through the shoulders. Moving around, trying not to be static if you can. Coming into a half virasana. On either side, it feels really great to open the front of that hip flexor. Really breathe deep into the belly. And slowly come down. We'll take any alternate pose here that you like. Maybe just bring the knees gently side to side. You can take happy baby. In through the nose and let yourself melt into that exhale. Get back a little on your sacrum. Just to kind of rejoin it into the hips. If it got a little wonky, kind of reset it. Push against your hands for a little bit more resistance. Your arms, but try to relax your shoulders. And then release that resistance and just let knees come a little further towards the floor. You might really feel a difference there. That's a KNF maneuver. Proprioceptive neural facilitation. Sounds a lot fancier than it is. And then let's bring the feet together, knees together. Give yourself a nice big hug. Roll your knees in one circle to one side and then the opposite way. And we'll just roll up for a final seated twist. Just realign the spine and create length in the trunk. pull out any residual tension along the spinal nerve. So let's just twist to the left knee is bent. Inhale brings you into a taller spine, and an exhale brings you into a deeper twist. So you decide how deep. You guys can follow through, floating over the left shoulder. And then we'll work it, walking the hands over to the right. Let's take a little bow. Right. And we'll look at the opposite direction. Walk the right hand just behind. Grow taller as you inhale. Exhale. Deeper in. Squeezing out, like wringing out all of your digestive organs. That's wonderful. And then let's do the counter twist. A little bow. And then we'll come into the final resting pose. Give yourself a few moments. Set yourself up on your mat. Grab any props that you need to feel comfortable so you can really let go. You know, we feel tension on so many different levels, consciously and unconsciously. And I feel there's this unconscious tension that we all have from being human. Getting ourselves through the day, it never really leaves. It's just this feeling of trying to hold yourself together, trying to be you, this identity we created and just nourished and nurtured our whole life. And that causes a certain grip, a certain continuous sense of tension and strain. And we don't really know how to let that go. We don't give ourselves permission to let that deeper sense of tension go, a deeper sense of holding on for dear life. And what can replace that is, in my experience, is a sense of trust, this overriding trusting in something greater than we are. Something that in its totality is completely unnamed, incapable of being named, incapable of sizing up. It's just too big. And that there's just a quality that comes with that trust of just letting go. And trust is a much gentler word than belief, in my estimation. Belief is a strong word, and belief is often something that's borrowed. There's a lot of conflict that surrounds belief. It's harsh, it's more critical. Whereas trust is just completely open, and it's completely based in a feeling of peace and ease through the body. I invite you into that beautiful reservoir of peace and ease. Just letting go, just letting that sense of I, me, and mine, just let it dissolve. You can. It's possible. It's summer. Anything's possible. The longest day of the year, and I'm so glad you took time out to join me. And I'll look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much. Om Svastaya. Namaha.